Welcome to another exciting episode of IJF News. I am Roslyn Lodonu with the latest headlines for you in Ghana and across the world. This week, Benin double, CEG Sainte Rita, and CEG Colby Basic Schools have emerged winners of the Zone West B qualifiers of the CAF African Schools Program Championship. The qualifying phase of the African School Championship in the WAFU Zone B began this Friday, November 11, 2022, at the Robert Champro Stadium in Makori in Abidjan. The president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Bochope, present in Abidjan as part of the signing of the framework agreement for the organization of the next CAN in Côte d'Ivoire, kicked off the competition in the presence of the Minister of National Education and Literacy, Mrs. Marieto Kony, the Minister of Sports, Mr. Claude Pauline Danhau, the first Vice President of WAFU Zone B, Colonel Guy Akpovi, and the President of the Ivorian Football Federation, Mr. Yassine Idriss Diallo. Proud of the warm welcome of the Ivorian people, the CAF president said he is at home in Côte d'Ivoire. Before expressing his admiration for President Yassine Idriss Diallo, he is one of the leaders in Côte d'Ivoire, but also it makes us very proud on the African continent. Côte d'Ivoire should be proud and happy to have such a great son like Idriss Diallo, said the CAF president. The boss of African football did not fail to welcome the commitment of the President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, for the influence of football in Côte d'Ivoire. In particular, with the presence of the two members of government at the launch of the first edition of the African School Championship, which is CAF's new development program, supported by FIFA and the Mochope Foundation in its operational phase. The best investment you can make in football is in school football. I learned that there are supervisors who are there to detect the young talent that will perform here. So I would like to say to the children that football can open up a great career for you. It can help you to take care of your families and yourself, said the CAF president. The winner in the boys and girls category will receive $100,000 or 50 million CFA francs. The second, $75,000 or 3.5 million CFA francs. And the third will receive $50,000 or 25 million CFA francs. It should be noted that on the sidelines of the competition, training is held for young reporters, young referees, and young coaches. The Beninese flew over the first day of the qualifying tournament for the first African School Championship, which took place at the Robert Champro Stadium in Makri in Abidjan. After their victory against the Ivorians on the small mark, 1-0 for boys and girls, the Little Squirrels set the table against Togo. After 40 minutes of well-crafted play, the Beninese won both men and women against their Togolese neighbors. The boys forced the opposing goalkeeper to fetch the ball 3 times in his net as the girls consolidated their lead with a 4-0 win. In Pool B, Burkina Faso dictated its law to Niger, while the boys' stallions were content with a 1-goal victory over the young Nigerians. The girls were merciless to their opponents. The Burkinabés administered a salty score of 9-0 to the Nigerians. At the end of this first day, Benin, with its first victories, remains a solid leader of Pool A, ahead of Ivorians and Togolese. Among the boys, they total 6 points plus 4 goals, when the girls, for the same number of points, earn a differential goal of plus 5. The Ivorians followed the train with 0 points minus 1 goals for both boys and girls. Togo brings up the rear with a goal differential of -3 for the boys and -4 for the girls, with 0 points on the clock. In Pool B, Burkina Faso, with victory for boys and girls, lead the dance with respectively 3 points +1 for boys and 3 points +9 for girls. Ivorians and Togolese will try in a face-to-face to garner their first points in the competition to secure second place in Pool A behind Beninese leader. Benin, Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, and Niger qualified for semi-finals for both boys and girls competitions. The semi-final fixtures were as follows: Benin versus Niger, Burkina Faso versus Côte d'Ivoire. At the end of the semi-final matches, the Benin boys won 2-1 against the Niger boys, and the Benin girls won 7-0 against the Niger girls. The Burkina Faso boys lost 4-5 on penalties after drawing 1-1 with Côte d'Ivoire boys. But the Burkina Faso girls won 4-1 against the Côte d'Ivoire girls. The third place game for boys was between Niger and Burkina Faso, which ended in a 1-0 victory in favor of Burkina Faso. The third place game for the girls was between Niger and Côte d'Ivoire, which ended in a 3-0 victory in favor of Côte d'Ivoire. The final game for boys was between Benin and Côte d'Ivoire, and that ended with Benin beating Côte d'Ivoire 2-0. The girls' final game was between Benin and Burkina Faso. The game ended in a 1-1 in regulation time, and Benin won 5-4 by penalties. The Benin double, CEG Sainte Rita and CEG Colby, have emerged winners of the Zone West B qualifiers in the COSAFA qualifiers held in Malawi. It was a South African double as Clapham High School won the boys' competition, with Edendale Technical High School won the girls' competition. The boys and girls teams from Ecole Hedi Ayadi in Tunisia and Ecole Omar Ibn Khattab emerged winners of the UNAF zonal round in Egypt. Today is 13th November 2022, and we have 7 days more to the world's biggest football event, the FIFA World Cup. Follow us on social media at Inside Juvenile Football for more updates. I am Rosalie Lodonu. Thank you for joining us.